Yo, what up guys, OPTCG here, back at it again with a deck profile video. Today we're gonna do Donquixote Rosinante. It's our first blocker leader. Yes, you can block with your leader, but you still take the life. End of your turn, if you have 6 or less cards in your hand, set this leader as active. So you can swing, and then if you have 6 or less, put it active again, so it's defensive again. It's a 5k leader, 4 lives, green, blue, so you can do some fun stuff with it. There are a lot of builds around this deck, so I'm just gonna get one that someone made for me. And this deck is really toxic in a body battle. So if you want to annoy people, play this with Katakuri in body battle and you will be hated. But yeah, let's go right into deck profile. For our 1 costs, we play 4 times Baby 5. This card is really good because it can combo with some of the characters in your deck. We don't play any event characters, so the end of your turn, you may rush this character, set up to 2 of your donors active. It's not really being used for events, but pure for characters. But yeah, it's a 1 cost, 1k, 2k counter. And like I said, end of your turn, you may trash this character, set up to 2 of your Don cards as active. Then we go into the next 1 costs. We play 4 times another Baby 5. This is the Searcher of the deck. This is basically Bonnie from the Green Starter deck. But still, it's a 1 cost, 1k, 1000 counter, activate main, rest 1 Don, so you need 1 Don to use it, and 1 Don to play it, so you need 2 Dons in total. Unless it stays on the field live next turn, you only have to use 1. But yeah, look at the 5 cards of your deck, add up to any Donquixote Pirates type card to your hand, and place the remaining at the bottom of your deck. So this baby can search other baby, just like Bonnie can search Bonnie. But yeah, it's just a searcher. Then we go into the 2 costs of the deck. We play 4 times Donquixote Rosinante, the character. This card is really good. If you played the first anniversary, you would definitely play this, but this card is really, really good. I wouldn't be surprised if this card stays in the green format as a meta staple. But yeah, it's a 2 cost, 1000 counter, 1000 power, blocker. Opponent's turn, if your rested character would be KO'd, you may trash this character instead. Really good effect. Really good. Then for our 2 costs, our other 2 costs, we play, of course, the Sugar. Our leader is a Donquixote Pirates, so our first effect is also live. Everyone should know this card by now. Opponent's turn, once per turn. When your opponent plays a character, if your leader has the Donquixote Pirates type, rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters, then rest this character. And its on play effect is rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less. So if you have this on the field, your opponent plays a card, you have to rest this, and then you can choose what opponent's cards to rest. So if they have a blocker or a high body, you can just rest those. There is no limit on that. But the only thing you have to be careful is, if you have this on the field, they play a Marco. Marco's on the KO effect goes off first, before this card can rest itself and choose a target. So this one would be KO'd, so its effect doesn't go through. Same with Katakuri, the 8 cost on play. So basically anything with an on play effect, or it removes this card or bounces, will get prio, so this card won't rest. But if they just play a normal card like a blocker or a vanilla, you can rest any card you want. Really good card. And you can play it to get rid of blockers, because you can rest a 4 cost or lower. Then we go to the 3 costs. We play 3 times the Viola. So this card is good. It's a 3 cost, 3000 power, 2k counter. This deck has a lot of 2k counters. End of your opponent's turn, 2 Dons. So you need to rest 2 Dons at on your opponent's attack, excuse me. So when your opponent attacks, you may rest 2 Dons, rest up to 1 of your opponent's Don cards. So like I said, we don't play any events, but this combos really well with the Baby 5 that trashes itself and puts the 2 Dons active, because some cards do require you to have 2 Dons active at any time of the game. But yeah, good card if you play against a heavy event deck, which you know they keep Dons open for events, or if they go curve and they misplay, they attack with the leader first and they have like 5 Dons, they want to play a 5 cost. If they attack with leader first, you can rest, they have 4 Dons, and then their curve is thrown off. They can't play the 5 cost anymore. But yeah, good card. Then we go into our 5 costs. We play a lot of 5 costs, obviously, because we play a card that protects 5 costs. Spoilers. But yeah, our 5 costs 4 times Diamante. Diamante is a really good blocker. Let's read the cards for you guys. It's a 5 cost, 6k 1000 counter blocker. Don 1, end of your turn. If you have 2 or more active Don cards, set this character as active. So like I said, this card combos off with the baby 5. You do need some active Dons to restand this, or like I said, use the Viola. But still, Don 1, so you need 1 Don attached. So it's a 7k beater or more. And then at the end of your turn, you can put it a active as a blocker again. So it's basically just like the 7 cost kit from the starter deck. Then we go into our other 5 costs. We play, of course, the staple in every green deck. Mono green, I guess. But yeah, Law, really good card. 5 cost, 6k blocker. On play, you may return one character to your hand. Play 1 character with a cost of 3 or less from your hand. So if you cannot protect the cards, or if you want to reuse them, you can just play this, get it back to hand, play a 3 cost or lower like the Viola, the blocker Rosinante, or you can just take the card back to hand if you have no means of protecting it, or you want to keep it for next turn. It can take any card to hand, but you can only play a 3 or lower, so you can take the higher end cards that I will show later. Then we go into other 5 costs. We play 2 times X-Drake. X-Drake is in here because it removes rested 4 cost or lower character on the field. On play, KO up to one of your opponent's rested characters with a cost of 4 or less. So really good, like if they have a vanilla like Purple Luffy or Whitebeard, if they still play vanillas, if they don't play the Rush variant, but Purple Luffy is the best explanation. If they have a 4 cost vanilla on the field, well, it's a 6k, so it's pretty big. They will swing with it. You can swing with any of your cards into it, and if they discard 1k to protect it, you can just play this. It gets instantly KO'd, and then they remove 1 card from their hand. Or like yellow against the 3 costs or the Crackers, the Parasparrow. Really good cards. You can just remove a 4 or less from the field. Then for our last 5 costs, we play 2 times Yamato. Yamato is our win con of the deck, or you don't really need to turbo this card out, but this card is really good. It's a 5 cost, a 5k 1000 counter. This card is treated as Odin, doesn't really matter in this deck. It has double attack and banish, so you deal 2 damage. The double attack would get it to hand, but because it has banish, the cards get trashed instantly, so they will not go to your hand. So that's really good. Against yellow, it's good against NL. You have to be careful with NL though, because their leader ability is kind of annoying. So watch my videos about the NL ruling. You can see it somewhere on screen, I guess, if I know how to do that. But then for our 8 costs, we go into Donquixote Rosinante, the secrets from OPO4. You could play the 8 cost kit, but it's really easily removable in this format. So I would rather play this because it has a neat effect. And it is searchable, of course. Kit not. Opponent's turn. If this character is rested, your active characters with a base cost of 5 cannot be KO'd by effects. And on play, you may rest this character, play up to 1 green character card with a cost of 5 from your hand. So it rests itself on play. You play a 5 cost, that 5 cost is protected because it's rested. And you can play the 5 costs that I showed, like the Yamatos or the Kit blocker. And the law blocker, the law blocker. I'm a purple Luffy main. The law blocker, you can bounce something, play another card. Like, this card does a lot in this deck. And it's searchable by the baby 5, because it's a Donquixote Pirates. Then we go into the 10 cost. This is basically just our beater and also our freezer, because you know it, I know it, everybody knows it. This card is really good. On play, you may rest a total of 3 cards on the field, leader characters, so your opponent has 3 cards that cannot be refreshed in the active phase next turn, so they keep being frozen or rested. So you have to think that it's like 3 attacks less, of course. Then we go into the blue cards. We play a pretty big, I would say, blue package. Well, it's more like a draw power package, but yeah. We play 4 times the Kaya. So Kaya is here because you want some draw power. It's also a 2k counter. And on play is draw 2 cards, trash 2 cards from your hand. But this is really good because we also play the 3 cost Doflamingo blocker. So this card can look at top 5 of your deck. It's a blocker, but on play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. rearrange them in any order you want, and place it at the top or at the bottom. So you will know what you will draw or what you will get with the Kaya. So yeah, it's basically just foresight into the future, what you will draw. This card is busted with the Doflamingo leader, the blue one. And then for our last card, pure because it's a Donquixote pirate, we play of course the Donquixote Doflamingo, 7 cost from the starter deck. They are all searchable, so that's really good. And yeah, this is basically just a remover, because we don't play any removal in the deck except for this. On play, return 1 character with a cost of 7 or less to the owner's hand. So you can also bounce your own cards if you want to. But yeah, that's it for this deck profile. It's a really fun deck. It's not it's not the best deck, of course. It's more like a fun deck. You will take this to locals and expect to have some fun, but don't expect to win, of course. But yeah, really fun leader. So let me know what you think about this deck profile. I have a friend who is really obsessed with this deck because he wants to play this in the buddy battle. This with Katakuri, like you said, is the most toxic combo ever. So if you want to see a good deck build with this and Katakuri as leader, we can do it, because yeah, you can go to 0 lives and then the Katakuri just keeps gaining life and you can block every time. You won't die because you have to both reach 0 lives and then get the final hit in buddy battle. So you can keep protecting your Katakuri. The Katakuri can spam the 10 cost and just heal life. Really toxic, love it. So I'm definitely gonna try that also out in buddy battles in the future. But yeah, enough talking for me. If you guys like the video, give it a like. If you dislike it, dislike it. If you need more content, subscribe. And yeah, that's it for me. See you guys next video. Peace.